There's something haunting about letting go of a Pisces. It is like trying to untangle your soul from a dream you didn't want to wake up from. One moment, you're submerged in the warmth of their world's soft words, glances heavy with unspoken meaning, the comfort of emotional surrender, and the next, you're alone in the cold, wondering if any of it was ever real. Their love wraps around you like a favorite song, echoing through a hallway long after the music stops. If you've ever parted ways with a Pisces, you already know the end is never clean. It ripples, it echoes, it becomes part of you. And if you're brave enough, comment your date of birth and zodiac sign below. Someone out there is drifting through the same tide. Pisces doesn't love lightly. When they give themselves, it's not a fraction of their heart, it's the whole ocean. Their affection isn't measured in words, but in moments of stillness, acts of silent grace, and emotional intimacy that feels almost telepathic. Breaking up with them often feels like severing a lifeline to something bigger than romance. It as the quiet end of a spiritual connection. Their love is layered with sacrifice, with quiet offerings you didn't even notice until they stopped. They remember the smallest details. How you take your coffee, the way your mood shifts with the moon, the lullabies you hum when you think no one's listening. And so when it ends, they don't rage, they don't beg, they dissolve. They vanish into their own waters. And yet, somehow, they remain in yours, like a soft echo in your bloodstream. The strange thing is, even if you were the one to leave, you might find yourself haunted by guilt. Not because of anything they said, but because of everything they didn't. Their love never needed loud declarations. It was in the way they held your gaze, in the softness of their touch, in the compassion they offered when you didn't know you needed it. Pisces won't fight to keep you, they'll surrender. But that surrender is a storm in disguise. It stirs something inside you. Regret, doubt, a phantom ache that hums late at night. Their silence isn't passive. It's sacred. It forces you to confront yourself in a way few signs ever do. And once it's in you, that silence never truly fades. And if they're the one who walks away, it might come after a long, quiet suffering. You won't always see it coming, because Pisces hides pain like a secret. They'll absorb your sharp words, your distance, your forgetfulness. They'll excuse the inexcusable, believing love can fix what reality cannot, until one day they simply stop swimming toward you. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's a soft disappearance, like fog retreating with the morning sun. But the emptiness they leave behind, that stays. It settles like dew on the parts of you that never quite knew how to say thank you. If this already sounds like a familiar tie in your life, take a second to subscribe to Arcana of Pisces. We're here to decode the waves of the zodiacs, especially the ones that pull you under when you least expect it. The real heartache of breaking up with the Pisces is not just losing them, it's losing the version of yourself they believed in. Because Pisces doesn't just love who you are. They fall for who you could become. They see your softness beneath your defenses. They believe in your healing, your art, your ability to transform. In their eyes, even your brokenness shines. And even if you couldn't see it, they did. So when they're gone, there's an eerie silence where all that hope used to live. You're not just left missing them, you're left missing the parts of yourself they made feel sacred. Yet for all their depth, Pisces rarely lets you see their full grief. They cry in the bathtub. They whisper to the moon. They write poems they'll never show anyone. Their heartbreak is internalized, spiritual. They'll stare at the stars, asking questions the world can't answer, trying to alchemize their sorrow into beauty. And because they process pain through imagination and emotion, they often come out the other side changed, gentler, but also more guarded. Each heartbreak teaches them not to give all of themselves so easily, though deep down they always will. Because to be a Pisces is to keep loving even when it hurts. Halfway through your healing journey, you might stumble on something small, a song, a scent, a line from a book, and feel that tidal pull again. That's Pisces. Not physically, perhaps, but energetically. They mark your soul like ink in water, subtle but impossible to remove. Their presence lingers in the unseen, in the emotional undercurrents you thought you'd forgotten. And if you're feeling this now, give this video a like. It helps us reach more hearts floating through endings, trying to make sense of what was lost. Of course, not all endings are tragedies. Sometimes, breaking up with a Pisces is the beginning of clarity. Their love, for all its beauty, can also be consuming. Pisces can project fantasies that mask reality. They may idealize the relationship to the point where it becomes unsustainable. Their vision of love sometimes asks you to live in a world that isn't entirely real, a world sculpted from longing, imagination, and endless compassion. And if you're not in a place to meet them at that depth, things begin to fracture. But even then, the goodbye feels like a betrayal, not just of them, but of something cosmic. Because Pisces doesn't see love as convenient. They see it as destiny. And when you step away from destiny, it echoes like thunder in the bones. And so, when destiny fails, something sacred breaks. You might both move on. You might love again. But the place you held for each other never really closes. Pisces connections are karmic. They don't come to teach you how to stay, they come to teach you how to feel. And feeling, for Pisces, is a spiritual act. It's how they make sense of the world, of themselves, of the divine. So if you shatter that bond intentionally or not, it changes both of you forever. You step into your next chapter not just older, but spiritually altered, as if you've walked through a door only Pisces could open. Even if you never speak again, they'll carry you in their dreams, not as you were in the end, but as you were in the beginning, golden, full of promise, brimming with possibility. That's how they keep you idealized, untarnished, gently suspended in their inner world. It might seem naive, but that's the gift of Pisces. They preserve the beauty, even in the face of decay. Their love is a cathedral, even after the congregation has gone. And sometimes, though they'll never say it, they wait, quietly, for signs, for a message in a song or a line in the stars that tells them you've changed, that the timing is different now, that maybe, just maybe, this love could still find its way back. They won't reach out, but they'll feel you, always, like the tide returning to a familiar shore. They'll open their heart to the thought of you, wondering if somewhere out there you're doing the same. So what's the real truth about breaking up with a Pisces? It's never really over. Not in their heart, not in yours. You may sever contact, delete the photos, write 1,000 journal entries, but the emotional imprint remains, because the love of Pisces is to be initiated into a realm beyond logic, beyond timelines. It's a mystical exchange, a psychic tie. And when it frays, it doesn't vanish, it stretches like silk in water, always shimmering just beneath the surface of your new life. You don't just remember them, you dream in their colors. So if you're healing from a Pisces, or wondering why you can't quite forget them, remember this: you didn't just lose a person. You lost a mirror, a muse, a spiritual tether. And while time may dull the ache, you'll never forget the feeling of being seen so completely. That's the Pisces legacy. That's the wound and the wonder. Don't forget to like this video if it resonated with your soul, and subscribe to Arcana of Pisces for more wisdom drawn from the stars, the sea, and the spaces in between.